2. Let's get this thing started. Whoa, that went off completely. Oh, that was the end of the song. No wonder. Here comes a new one. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the last show for this week. At least that's what I'm saying right now. It's Thursday, but I'm kind of substituting a funky Friday. And, because as you know, we're about to take a little trip and see, you know. By tomorrow at this time, I should be in Budapest, I think. As long as the airlines cooperate. Anyway. Happy Thursday, a special funky Thursday, FTG Thursday, whatever you want to call it Thursday. We're going to see the happenings that should have been predicted by our vice president. It's going to be amazing. I know I got that. Is that music still a little loud? There, let's turn it down a little more. But before we even do that, I got a kapow! From Thomas Cleaver. Kapow! First sponsor. Hey, Thomas Cleaver, you know what? You are the new Streamlab Superstar sponsor of the day. Thank you, sir. Starting the day right. Who says, yo, dog, release my first single. Would be cool if you could check it out and let me know if it's crap. Kapow! And then he sent a link. Well, you know what? Not only am I going to send the link. Wait a minute. Open Spotify. No, let's just cancel that. Let's pause this. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Everyone can check it out. So here is, I don't want this to play though. Hang on. Thomas Cleaver got his first single. That's awesome. Well, let's put it in the chat. I might even pin it in the chat. Let's, let me copy this link. Copy, there we go. And we're going to put it in the chat. So everyone, I want you to, here, let me label this. Now, you're probably going to have to copy and paste this for your own later usage, but there we go. We're going to pin this at the top of the chat here. But we'll do that after I say good morning, everybody. Anyway, let me play the intro. We'll get into this in a minute because now I've been distracted. But thank you, Thomas Cleaver, for sponsoring the show. I appreciate it. Play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog Studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dog Night. All right, having a good Thursday morning, everybody. I am packed. Stop the music. Thank you. I am packed and ready to go. I'm excited. Lady Boomer's excited. We're just fidgety now because we got to wait. We got a bunch of little things to do, little errands to run before we go. But we're ready. We're ready to go. And I'm excited. Anyway, let's say good morning to everyone in the chat, and then we're going to get the show started. First in the chat today is our friend Mike Savage, who got the bell. Thank you for joining us today, Mike. Also, good morning, Fox P2, who says early. No, I'm just a rare on time day because just because I could. Also, good morning to Advocatus Diablo, the Devil's Advocate, Jethro Hetero, Lord Stanhope, also Jesse Leon, nice to have you back. Somnambule Nation, Rotten Corpse. That's two people, Somnambule Nation and Rotten Corpse. I wouldn't call Somnambule Nation and Rotten Corpse. Anyway, also good morning, Maddie. Welcome this morning, and my favorite Canadian Jaeger Ponies in the house. Also, good morning, Johnny Blaze. Welcome back. Nice to see you again. Let's see. JC, that's good. I'm going to say that's good. I'm going to hope the waterfalls that waterfall. Those waterfalls are cool, man. For those who don't know, Lady Boomer and I took a trip. I think it was 2020. We went up to the North Shore Lake Superior. We got a hotel in Duluth, and then we drove to the Canadian border. And between the Canadian border and Duluth, there's about, I'm going to guess 30, 40 waterfalls. But there's a lot of little tiny ones. But we went to all the major waterfalls along the north shore of Lake Superior between the Canadian border and Duluth over 4 days. And it was just a cool trip. We went hiking in all these different places, took video of all these waterfalls and stuff. So that's video that I took. I am very proud of those waterfall videos, sir. And so they're there. Anyway, also good morning, Aaron Meredith. Let's see, who else is here? Santa's in the house. Thomas Cleaver, Kapow. Nice to have you back. Simon Wolfwood's in the house. Did I miss some people? No, I think that's it. That's everybody. All right. Whoa, what was that? My computer's making noises. All right. So, I'm glad you're here. While you're here, make sure you hit the like button. Share the stream before, during, and after. That's the most important thing you can do for my channel. And, Ginger Power, what's up? Nice to see you. Share the stream. If you're watching a replay, comment on something. If there's something that catches your eye or catches your ear, put a comment in the comment section. And then finally, if you want to sponsor the show like Thomas Cleaver, pdognight.live, you can watch the show, participate in the chat. And if you feel like dropping a buck or two in the tip jar, that's great. Or if you want your voice heard, I'm more likely to hear it with some little green or whatever color your money is in your country. I don't care what denomination, it'll all exchange. All right, that's it. All right, let's get this thing going, because there's a lot. Well, I have video today. I have some video of stuff, so I want to make sure we get to. I'm going to use video today because sometimes video is more than me talking. But real quick though, thank you also to Somnambule Nation and Maddie for tweeting out the show on your own. Thank you, Bishop Krieger, for retweeting their tweets. Thank you, Simon Wolfwood, and Somnambule Nation for retweeting my tweet of the show. That's how you share the show. You can hit the share arrow down there and just put it out on your favorite social media. Tyrannus Alexandrius Invictus Soul is in the house. Welcome, sir. All right. So the other day, we were talking about Vice President Harris. I don't know, it was Meet the Press. No, what was it? What's the one that Chuck Todd's on? I think was it Chuck Todd who asked the question? Anyway, she was on one of those Sunday talking head shows, right? Oh, someone says, Thomas, your song is pretty cool, dude. Okay, cool. Oh, I want to, by the way, I'm pinning Thomas's song at the top. If you want to click that link and just put it aside so you can make sure you listen to Thomas's song. I'm going to check it out after the show. And I'm sure he would appreciate that, appreciate the support, and let us know what you think. Okay, so there you go. All right, here we go. Vice President Harris is trending today for a couple reasons. Well, let me give some background. We talked about the other day that on Meet the Depressed, or one of those shows, Kamala Harris insisted that the border is secure, because whoever she was talking to said, we're going to have 2 million people crossing our southern border illegally. Now, Vice President Harris is the border czar, and she has been working very hard to go down there and make sure the Border Patrol agents get what they need to secure the border and all that stuff. Who am I kidding? She hasn't been there. Stop lying. Anyway, so she made it very clear, though, that she believes that the border is secure. The border is secure, kind of like it was a debate. It was a debate. Well, she was saying that instead of saying it's a debate, she was saying the border's secure, which is nonsense, right? because we kind of have a pretty steady flow of people illegally coming across the border, and they're ending up in southern Texas and Arizona, and so anyway, well, first of all, border officials are not happy with her. The people who actually work at the border are not happy with her, and so there's this affair out there. Border officials slam Vice President Kamala Harris' declaration that the border is secure, saying that the flood of illegal immigrants into the country is a crisis that is getting worse by the day, right? And in fact, do we have is this the report? I'm going to see if this is a report. I hope this is right. Or is this just flash headlines? If this is not the video, I'll just go through the Fox article here. Now, get it, Fox is a little more critical of these people from this administration than others. But, is the criticism invalid? Well, no, of course it's not. Oh, this is going to be an ad.
Have you considered going solar in Minnesota?
No, I haven't. I haven't considered going solar in Minnesota. Because we have half our year is cloudy. So no, I'm not considering getting solar in Minnesota. Let's see if I skip this ad, will this do it? Let's find out. Oh, no, that's not it. And well, you'll hear the news in a minute. Anyway, border officials slammed Vice President Kamala Harris's declaration that the border is secure, telling Fox News Digital that the flood of illegal immigrants into the country is a crisis that is getting worse by the day. Kamala Harris twice declared the U.S. southern border is secure during an interview Sunday, despite the tens of thousands of illegal immigrants who routinely cross into the country every month. Quote, I think there's no question that we have to do what the Vice President and I asked Congress to do. The first request he made, pass a bill to create a pathway to citizenship. We already have a pathway to citizenship. I keep telling you, hello, Black Hebrew Israelite. Nice to see you.
That's right.
We already have a path to citizenship. We've already talked about this. There is a pathway to citizenship. It's called legal immigration. That's the pathway to citizenship. But I digress. She said that on Meet the Press, which aired on the 21st anniversary of the September 11th, 2001 terror attacks. The border is secure, but we also have a broken immigration system, in particular over the last 4 years before we came in, and that needs to be fixed. Now, I am at the closer end of 260 than 50, okay? I've been watching this argument and this concern roughly my entire life. It's always been talked about. It's always been a big deal. I remember Reagan talking about it, and Bush talking about it, and Clinton talking about it, and Obama talking about it, and George W. Bush talking about it. And finally, the last president with the funny hair, so she says that the immigration system was broken the 4 years before they came in, because she has to say the 4 years before they came in because she can't admit that the 8 years before those 4 years it was worse, okay? Because the guy with the funny hair actually tried to do something about it, and it slowed the immigration crisis to a trickle, right? Now, NBC's news, I'm going back to the article here, NBC's news anchor, Chuck Todd, pushed back against Harris's claim about the border being secure, asking, well, we're going to have 2 million people cross the border for the first time in history. You are confident this border is secure? She opines back to him, we have a secure border in that is a priority for any nation, including ours and our administration. Oh, so because it's a priority, that means it's secure, even if though your priority is failing miserably, right? We have put into place a law. We also have to put into place a law and a plan for a pathway to citizenship. Stop saying that, Kamala Harris. We have a pathway to citizenship already. It's called legal immigration. Anyway, but Harris, who was visiting the Lone Star State last week for a number of events, was put in charge of tackling the border crisis by President Biden shortly after they assumed office in 2021. Now, she was in Texas. I bet you she didn't go to the border. Meanwhile, the number of migrants encountered. Excuse me. I need a little bit of my coffee here. Hang on. Probably could use a little cough syrup in it. There we go. All right. She says, Meanwhile, the number of immigrant encounters at the southern border smashed through the 2 million mark. Now, that's just that's encounters, okay? It doesn't mean they caught them or whatever. Some they did, some they didn't. But 2 million encounters. Imagine how many come across the border without an encounter. When there's 2 million coming across that has an encounter. Mystic Forest, I see you. Good morning. Why are you so angry also? So anyway, you get the picture, right? Well, a couple of governors are at least trying to make the point that this is a problem because there's two governors in particular. One is Greg Abbott. That is a border town or border state. And same with Arizona, New Mexico, whatever. The border states are trying to make a point by, they've been trying to send a smidgen of a percentage of the people that are coming to and they're sending them to other places in the country. Of course, the Biden administration has been doing that, but nobody talks about it. But today, you are going to be constantly hearing about Martha's Vineyard. Okay, Martha's Vineyard. Now, why would you be hearing about Martha's Vineyard today? Well, and it's trending number one right now on Twitter. That is because Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who's not in a border state, but for some reason, a large number of these, like what they like to call migrants, have been being shipped to Florida by the United States government. And Governor DeSantis ain't having it. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis claims credit for sending 2 unexpected plane loads of migrants. I wish they'd stop calling them migrants. That's their word, not mine. To Martha's Vineyard. Now, this is creating an uproar. Here's the New York Post version. Ron DeSantis ships 2 planes of migrants. They keep using the word migrants. To Martha's Vineyard. Now, wait to hear where these migrants are from, because you'd think, border, whatever, this is, whatever, that's why would they be coming from? Why? First of all, how'd they end up in Florida anyway? Because that's not a border. It's not a border state. They're not, and these are not like people coming over on boats from Cuba. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis sent 2 full planes of migrants to Martha's Vineyards on Wednesday, making good his promise to ship off illegal immigrants to progressive states. The migrants got off the plane from Florida and could be seen on the tarmac at Martha's Vineyard's airport on the small Massachusetts island. Fox News Digital reported. A spokesperson for the Republican governor confirmed in the statement to the outlet that the flights were part of the state's relocation program to transport illegal immigrants to sanctuary destinations. So sending them to sanctuary cities. States like Massachusetts, New York, and California will better facilitate the care of these individuals who they have invited into our country by incentivizing illegal immigration through their designation as sanctuary states and support for the Biden administration's open border policy, said Taran Fensk, the governor's communication director. So now I kind of question, why is this stupid Amazon pop-up? Okay. Florida state legislatures appropriated $12 million from the state budget for the Florida Department of Transportation to implement the immigrant relocation program in April. So the state, this is not just the governor doing it on his own. The state legislature allocated funds for this. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker's office said the arrivals at Martha Vineyards were provided short-term shelter, Fox reported. Now, so let me go back here because there is the Boston Herald. What the hell is this there? No, I don't want this. I want to cancel now. Get rid of this. It won't get rid of it. Oh, is this one of those? Okay, let me try this one. So anyway, this is WCVB Boston reporting on this. Dozens of migrants arrive in Martha Vineyards via charter flights. Massachusetts state senator said Wednesday that dozens of migrants arrived on Martha's Vineyards Wednesday afternoon via charter flights. Julian Sear, the state representative serving Cape Cod, Martha's Vineyard, and Nantucket, claimed that the charter flights arrived from Texas. Well, they actually apparently arrived from Florida. Now, here's the kicker. A group of approximately 50 Venezuelan migrants, some of them children, were brought to Martha's Vineyard High School, where they were given snacks and shelter. They were being cared for Wednesday night by 2 shelters in Edgartown. "We're going to take care of you," Dukes County Sheriff Robert Ogden told the migrants, according to Martha's Vineyard Times. My understanding is there's no advance communication or notice that this plane and these people were arriving. Sear told WCVB. The officials on Martha's Vineyard, municipal and county officials, scrambled but did a pretty remarkable job welcoming these families. Now, here's the thing. So they're very upset about this. Oh, I see. Zombie Teddy and Nomad is in the house.
Hammer time.
Nice to see you. Oh, and Rod Line, what's up? So what's fascinating about this, they're really, really angry about this because they sent 50 migrants to Martha's Vineyard. Now, what's funny about this, and let me see if this, there's going to be places down here. I'm going to scroll. I'm going to keep the tab here, the trending topic here from Twitter, and that'll be, all these links will be in the link to the links, I like to call it, in the description down below at the end of the show. Hello, Man Squatch. What's happening? So okay, here's a good point that Greg Price makes. They'll freak out when 50 illegal migrants were flown to Martha's Vineyard. But remember, the Biden administration dumped 15,000 Haitian migrants and dumped them into Del Rio, Texas. They hate it when DeSantis sends illegal migrants on flights to Martha's Vineyards, but not when the Biden administration send them on secret flights to Westchester, New York, and many other places. The Biden administration has been doing this for months, sending them to different places around the country. But they get really mad when Abbott and DeSantis do it. But these are sanctuary cities. What do you expect? Let's see. Did Florida have advance warning that they would got them? No, they didn't. Did Del Rio, Texas get advance notice? Do the towns along the southern border of the United States get advanced warning when people just walk across the border? And they instead of returning them, the border agents are told to process them. And then they end up all these towns. 2 million people. 2 million people this year so far. And they're freaking out about 50 going to Martha's Vineyard. Here's some of the comments that some people are pissed off. Listen to some of these comments. Well, first of all, his spokesman said Martha's Vineyard residents should be thrilled about this. They'll vote for sanctuary cities. They gotta get a sanctuary city of their own, and illegal aliens will increase the town's diversity, which is strength, right? That's just wrong, actually. Anyway, but here's some people. A lot of people are saying he's an American hero. I want to here's some of the bad ones though, because there's people mad about this. Oh, what happened? Oh, they must have changed it. Well, here's some of the latest. Let's see what some of the people say here. Let's get some of the latest. So, who is this CM Climber? Okay, here's one. The Martha Vineyard story. Ron DeSantis used taxpayer money for a disgusting political stunt to be used on his presidential campaign. DeSantis is a human smuggler and trafficked migrants across state lines. Oh my God, across state lines? I don't know what to do. I bet veteran trafficker Matt Gaetz helped him plan the crimes. Really? Because the Biden administration has been doing this all over the country. In fact, they've been sending a bunch of those migrants to where? Florida. It's amazing. Biden administration is sending those illegal migrants mostly to red voting areas. Oh, absolutely they are. FTG Martha Vineyards. Oh, right on. That's our first FTG of the day. Let's see. What is this one? Migrants sent to Martha's Vineyard from Florida sheltered fed as local officials scramble for a plan. The Obama family was overjoyed welcoming the migrants to stay at their house and play on the beach. Let's see. And Martha's Vineyard is taking care of them. That proves Republicans don't care about anybody but Donald Trump. What? I don't even know what that means. Here, let's go back to the top. Let's go back to the top ones here. Because there were, but here we go. Our island jumped into action, putting together 50 beds, giving everyone a good meal, providing a play area for the children, making sure people have the health care and support they need. We are a community that comes together to support immigrants. Good! Good, because the border towns along Texas, New Mexico, Arizona are all struggling with this. So good, you can and since you are a sanctuary city, you can take care of some of these people. Good for you. In fact, this person says, yes, awesome. This is what you can do when you have the resources, manpower available to absorb these immigrants. It is inhumane to not send migrants to Martha's Vineyard. Yes, bring them, send them more. Send them more. Let's see. Governor DeSantis pulled it off. 2 plane loads of illegal immigrants to Martha's Vineyard. Wouldn't be surprised to see the next shipment go over to Wilmington, Delaware. So anyway, that's the point here. There's a lot of people bitching about this, but apparently the people who are laughing about this just are taking it over. Good morning to everybody, especially Ron DeSantis for sending 2 planes full of illegal immigrants to Martha's Vineyard. Yeah. Even Liz Mayer, who's critical of the more MAGA-esque Republicans. So the Church of Martha's Vineyard is taking in the Venezuelans fleeing communism that Flores sent up there. The mayor is on CNN crowing about it. Real own goal by Florida making Massachusetts liberal look more Christian and sympathetic to victims of communism than a red state. Really? When the Biden administration sent them to Florida, and Florida's still taking care, because remember they've sent thousands to Florida, so 50 of thousands who Florida is taking care of. I don't know what that means, Liz. I don't know what you're saying. Anyway, so that's that. Now, we're going to move on a little bit because that's not the only place that illegal migrants are being sent. But before I tell you that, there's another place they've been sent, and we'll take a second. Thank you first to, Bob J. Boblin, the CEO of FTG Farms, is sponsors the show. Thank you, Bob J. Boblin, dropping a small bullet in the tip jar. Happy FTG Thursday from everyone here at FTG Farms, FTG Martha and her vineyard. Safe travel, P. Bring me back a big-breasted, hot European woman, Thomas. I am digging that sound, brother. Thank you, Tyrannius, Alexandrus and Victor Soul. Look, I don't think, first of all, between Lady Boomer's suitcase and my suitcase, I don't think we could fit anyone in with us, and I don't expect that Lady Boomer would appreciate me bringing any European women home with me. So, if you want, you can DM me a phone number or something. I'll have one call you, but I'm not bringing any home for you. So anyway, thank you very much for sponsoring the show. I appreciate it. So there's another place that's getting some attention today where some migrants are being sent, and that is to Washington. Well, not Washington D.C. Where's the house? Okay. There's that have been sent to the vice president's house. Apparently, breaking, 2 buses of 101 migrants, mostly from Venezuela, arrive outside Vice President Harris' house in D.C., sent by Greg Abbott, one migrant telling me he believes the border is open. I'm going to play this report here. There's a couple of reports, and I'm going to play them. So here's the scene in front of the vice president's house. Apparently, she lives on some naval property. Interesting, guys. We're in a Jordan jersey. Yeah, the Naval Observatory. So they've sent a few there. Hey, Thomas Cleaver, I got a question, by the way. Let me ask you this question. So you put this music on Spotify. If I play that on here, you're not gonna give me a copyright strike, are you? I'm gonna check it out because everyone's saying it sounds pretty good. So we might have to play this at the end of the show. Just let me know if that's okay, and I'll get permission from the artist himself. All right. So anyway, this is in front of the vice president's home. Let's see. Now imagine 1 or 2 million, a steady flow every month, and an estimated 2 million has entered Texas. Finally, some good news. We need 50 buses to send President Obama to President Obama's Martha Vineyard estate instead. So let me see here. So vice president is trending now. Let's see. Nope, that's not it. Where is it? Oh, this is maybe there'll be a story here somewhere. Here it is, breaking. Yes, that's the story he just sent. Here we go, breaking. The state of Texas has just sent 2 buses of migrants to Vice President Kamala Harris' residence at the Naval Observatory in Washington, D.C., just days after she repeatedly made the claim that the border is secure. The bus just arrived a short time ago. So let's look at the Fox News story on this one. I believe it's right here. Yes, 2 migrant buses arrive outside Vice President Kamala Harris' Naval Observatory residence. Between 75 and 100 people who were picked up in Eagle Pass, Texas, were sent by Texas Governor Greg Abbott. The group includes migrants from Venezuela, Uruguay, Colombia, and Mexico. So, these are not all Venezuelans escaping communism. Well, multiple migrants asked by Fox News Digital said they think the border is open, contrary to what Harris said Sunday during an interview. The latest convoy of buses arrived just hours after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis followed through on a similar promise to drop off illegal immigrants in progressive states, sending 2 planes full of migrants to Martha's Vineyard on Wednesday. A representative from a non-governmental organization called Sanctuary DMV showed up and told the migrants they would be going to a local church. Mark Bustillos of Sanctuary DMV said they were at Union Station since 6 in the morning waiting, and just heard 20 minutes ago that the drop-off was this one. We've already set up a church at a safe location for them to tell us where they need to go next, where they have relatives. She continued, the ongoing relocation of incoming illegal border crossers has become a popular method of protest for southern states overrun with migrants that are feeling ignored by President Biden's administration. I was surprised to see the press here before we could get here. So the press knew the location before we did, some of the volunteers. I guess they said, and it's very frustrating, Bustillo said. We're going to make it happen, but it takes a lot of resources and a lot of effort. Imagine 2 million. I'm just saying, imagine 2 million. Abbott has sent dozens of buses filled with border crossers to Washington, D.C., New York City, and Chicago in recent weeks. Abbott argues that border towns in Texas are overwhelmed, and those in power in D.C. and New York City should face the realities of the border crisis. And then we know that Mayor Bowser of D.C. declared an emergency over the migrant buses. Now, imagine, a city the size of Washington, D.C., getting a few hundred of these people who've crossed the border. And she's declaring a state of emergency. Imagine what Laredo, Texas is going through. The town, isn't that the town that there 15,000 Haitian immigrants were sent to? Imagine the difference. Or 50 people in Martha's Vineyard, and they're so excited that they were able to help 50 people when 2 million across the border. Jay Pylon's in the house. I got one for you, Jay Pylon. I finally stole that stupid sound effect. All right, there we go. What's up, Jay Pylon? Brianna, and Illinois calls up National Guard to handle migrants. Chicago wants federal money diverted from Texas. Brianna Nadeau, a member of the Council of the District of Columbia, blamed the governors of Texas and Arizona for the city's public migrant emergency. Speaking in a situational update on migrant support alongside Bowser, she said Thursday that the city's systems were not set up to serve the migrants that continue to arrive in the city from southern states. So what makes you think those cities in the southern states are set up to serve that many people? How about talking to the administration about stopping the flow? Wouldn't that be a better idea? So she says, it's been said, but worth reiterating, that the governors of Texas and Arizona have created this crisis. Really? Have the governors of Texas and Arizona created the crisis? Or has the president of the United States and the border czar, the vice president of the United States, created this crisis? Because there weren't 2 million people coming across the border in 2016, 2015, 2014, and 2013. Who created the crisis? Who gave them the idea that the border is open, as some of these immigrants, these migrants, these illegal border crossers are telling the reporters who are talking to them? Abbott argues that the border towns in Texas are overwhelmed, and those empowering the liberal-run cities should face the realities of the border crisis. So there you go. So yeah, So he's sending them. They're sending them to D.C. They're sending them to Martha's Vineyard. They're sending them to New York City. They're sending them to Chicago. They're sending them to San Francisco. They're sending them to the sanctuary cities. You want to be a sanctuary city? Hey, we got something for your ass. So, look. The good thing, I guess, at least for those people who say, because in a way it's petty. In a way it makes you go, is this the right thing to do? But we know that those people are going to be taken care of, probably better than some of our homeless people. So, what you got to say about that? I'm just saying. All right, let's move on because I got a few more things. Dan Crenshaw is trending this morning. Now, and that's because Alex Stein, the comedian, the provocateur, the what do you call him? He's a spoof guy now working for the Blaze. Well, he's been having a little confrontation with Dan Crenshaw over the last few days. People reacted to Representative Dan Crenshaw's latest tweet about media personality Alex Stein, and they had a little. In fact, we're gonna watch this video, right? Let me know if you think there's a point in here where one of these two people commit an illegal act. Okay, I want you to do that with me. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna pause this because this is one I'm gonna use. Let's click this one. Let's watch Alex Stein in this little clip of him confronting Dan Crenshaw. Okay, as soon as this circle of death stops circling, here we go.
Who's trying to grab my thing?
Now, right here. We missed it. We missed it.
He's too slow, Navy.
Let me go back. Let me pause this. I want you to go right. He cut it right at the beginning. Here we go.
Dan, you're just such a little loser. Yeah. Who's trying to
now? What was that? Is there a word for that? And I don't hate Dan Crenshaw. I don't like Crenshaw. I don't care about Dan Crenshaw. I mean, sometimes He's like, his nickname's Eye Patch McCain, which is pretty funny, actually. But listen, is it just me, or this act right here?
You're just such a little loser.
Yeah.
Is that an assault legally? Any lawyers in the house? Is that an assault? I don't know. Anyway, let's watch this though.
Grab my thing. Look, you're too slow. He's too slow, Navy SEAL. It's funny, Dan, how you said you're tall. Yeah, I'm small, but I'm so much taller than you, Dan. I'm so much bigger than you. You're just a little.
So Dan's been chirping at
boy.
Alex on
I'm the little.
what he's been doing. And so not too long ago, Dave Portnoy had a little thing going with Alex Stein, right, and was going back and forth. And Dave Portnoy just kind of said that Alex Stein's an asshole, blah blah blah, right? And Dan Crenshaw started retweeting Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports, right, and the pizza, one slice pizza guy. And but at one point, I think Crenshaw wrote something on his own. But let's watch the confrontation first.
Little one. This is
I know, I'm
imagine me calling you out because you're a globalist. Oh, I got a job. I work for the Blaze. I make a lot of money. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, Dan. Yeah, I make a lot of money. Yeah, I'm a loser.
Project. This is the guy who tells veterans that their service.
Yeah, because there's a weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist. So I'm anti-war. Yeah. I'm anti-war because I don't believe. Did you guys find any weapons of mass destruction?
As a matter of fact,
we did. Oh, where was? Oh, what weapons of mass destruction? This guy.
You're actually going to go down this route, Alex.
Yeah, because we don't have any weapons of mass destruction.
You're looking like a fool right now.
I'm
you're
the
telling
fool. You're
veterans,
the one that's getting more money to Ukraine. We have a homelessness. We have so many issues here in America. Who cares more about Ukraine? Yeah, it was. You guys' service was wasted.
You're disgusting.
For globalists and bankers.
You are the modern day version.
Oh, I'm the modern day version. You worry more about Ukraine than our border.
You are the modern day version.
He cares more about Ukraine than he does about America. So you're a globalist. Why don't you take care of America? You don't care. That's your problem, Dan. You don't care about America. You don't care
now,
about
what's fascinating about this.
Do you think there's an invasion?
You used to be a comedian,
Is there an
didn't you?
invasion on our border
You used
right
to
now?
be a comedian,
Is there an
didn't you?
invasion on our border right now?
Maybe you should go back
I
to that,
still am
buddy.
a comedian. Is there an invasion
You're not
on
very
our
good
border?
at comedy
Will you
anymore.
admit that there's an invasion on our border?
There's an invasion on our border.
Yeah, but you won't do anything
who do
about
you
it.
think
But
the
why
number
do you
one
give
guy
80
deals
billion
with
to
that?
Ukraine? Why do you give
So
80
he's saying
billion to Ukraine?
that. Hello, Joe Dirt, by the
Numbers
way.
wrong there, buddy.
Oh, what are we at, 100 billion now?
No, it's not even close.
What are we up to now, Dan? And they even say none of those weapons even go to the front lines. So why don't you start caring about America?
Actually, they do.
You don't care about America at all, Dan. You're a globalist,
Now,
you're a traitor, you're a dwarf. There's Dan Crenshaw. Come on. Come on,
The
dude.
modern day version of the people.
Oh, I'm a piece of shit. You're the one that's a globalist. You're killing young
Whoa.
children.
Did Dan swear? Did Crenshaw swear at him?
You start caring about America.
Actually, they do.
You don't care about America at all, Dan. You're a globalist, you're a traitor, you're a dwarf. There's Dan Crenshaw. Come on. Come on, dude.
Oh, he did call him a piece of shit.
Oh, I'm a
Damn.
piece of shit. You're the one that's a globalist. You're killing young children for no reason,
Now-
sending them to war for nothing.
So he gets stopped by the cops for harassing a congressperson. Now, look, I am torn on this. I am torn. Okay. Is this the best way to go at a congressperson, chirping him at? Basically, Alex Stein is doing exactly what Maxine Waters told the people to do, is to go after these people, get in their face, chirp at them. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so
Harassing a member.
now here's the cops.
Harassing a member.
Well, am I under arrest?
No, you're being stopped in the ID. So not right now. You're being stopped. I just need some identification.
Now, technically, unless they are investigating crime, he doesn't have to give them ID.
For future
But he
reference,
does anyway.
when you're wanting to interview members, you cannot physically stop them from going their way.
I'm not trying to talk back. I didn't physically stop anybody.
I'm just
And
letting
he
you
did
know
not physically
from
stop
what we were
Crenshaw.
getting from members of the public. was that you were harassing members
I
that
agree,
were
Joe
trying to
Dirt.
go back and forth to their votes.
Crenshaw's
You were not
one
allowed
of
to do
the
that,
World
so I'm
Economic
just
Forum
letting you know
guys. I don't like
the
that
rules
either.
and the laws that you are being told that you are breaking.
Now, it's funny. She's not telling him what law he's breaking, though. He didn't stop Dan Crenshaw. They were filming him while he was walking. Did not obstruct his, never once obstructed his freedom of movement. He just talk to him as they were down the street. Now, is there a law against harassing Congress people? I don't know. I guess I'd have to see what that law was. And is that, if there is, I'm wondering the constitutionality of it. But anyway. But
I'm going to let you know that that's what you cannot do.
Okay, am I allowed to leave?
You are allowed to leave.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. This is just trying to ask politicians some questions, and then they come and detain me.
Yeah,
What
that's.
a joke.
I don't think they have a leg to stand on if he decided to say, hey, this is an illegal detention. But anyway, that's why Dan Crenshaw is trending and Alex Stein. And now some people are. Let's see, what are people saying? Dan Crenshaw is a damn disgrace and a globalist. I'm not arguing with that at all. Let's see. It's a damn shame 100 he was showing so much promise, got a taste of the corruption, and never been the same. Yeah. Look at this. This is a great meme. This is that one's great. I love that one. That's gonna be one of my favorites. I'm bookmarking that one. That's hilarious. Let's bookmark that bad boy. He got the latest tech. That's a iPatch X, iPax 10. That's from Maze. This is everything wrong with politics today. What happened to rational debate and finding common ground? What are you expected to accomplish by following people around and insulting them? Well, and that's where the part I'm torn, but oh boy, I'm finding great humor in it. And also, calling a former Navy SEAL a coward, that's a tough one too. So I don't know, but yeah, I mean, there's questions about. Oh, and they actually found this is Yahoo News or someone put a Yahoo News article to the rescue. Now this is fascinating because this is they actually found WMDs. They found, what was it? 5,000 abandoned chemical weapons in Iraq from 2004 to 2011. American troops found nearly 5,000 abandoned chemical weapons in Iraq from 2004 to 2011, but their discoveries were kept secret by the U.S. government, the New York Times reports. According to a 10,000-word, 8-part interactive report, The Secret Casualties of Iraq's Abandoned Chemical Weapons by C.J. Shivers, published on the paper's website in late Tuesday, at least 17 American service members and 7 Iraqi police officers were exposed to nerve or mustard agents in Iraq after 2003. On at least 6 occasions, American troops and American-trained Iraqi troops were wounded by the abandoned munitions. But the news of the encounter. So weren't these munitions that were they were old spent stuff that it wasn't in production. They didn't have a production facility making this stuff. They found, like I said, they were abandoned. They were abandoned weapons. Hello, Jeffrey Rustin Jr. I don't even know, but. They also found an active weapons program. Okay, that I did not know. Here we go. At least on 6 occasions, American troops. Others say they were told to be vague or deceptive about what they found. Nothing of significance is what I was ordered to say. Jared Lampler, a retired Army major, said of the 2000. Why would they tell them to say that they wasn't anything found? Is that because it was in the new administration? Nothing of significance is what I was ordered to say, Jared Lampler, retired Army major, said of the 2006 discovery of 2,400 nerve agent rockets at a former Republican Guard compound, the largest chemical weapons discovery of the war. Now, when's this article from? This is from October 5th, 2014. Among the reasons for the secrecy, the discoveries of these chemical weapons did not support the government's invasion rationale, Shivers writes. After the terrorist attack of September 11, 2001, President George Bush insisted that Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein was hiding an active weapons of mass destruction program in defiance of international will and the world's risks. The United Nations inspectors said they could not find evidence for these claims. The discovery of pre-Gulf War chemical weapons, most of them filthy, rusty, or corroded, did not fit the narrative. They needed something to say after September 11th, that Saddam used chemical rounds, Lampier said, and all of it was from pre-1991 era. So that's why they didn't. Well, they didn't want. They say what they found did not support the narrative that was happening in the early 2000s. These were from pre 1991. Anyway, I didn't hear that they found a. I didn't hear that they found a weapons program. The only saving grace is that the weapons scientists were lying to Saddam and delaying his progress. That's what it was. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, FX is in the house. Nice to see you. All right. Next, Dr. Fauci is trending today, and that's because of an exchange that he had with none other than Senator Rand Paul. And rather than just, we're going to watch the whole thing because I just need to see this. So, Dr. Fauci, Senator Rand Paul, this was a hearing about monkeypox. The complete exchange between Senator Rand Paul and Dr. Anthony Fauci. Dr. Anthony Fauci. Because there's a funny part in this exchange that you just got to see. So let's roll this one.
But she's had the flu for 14 days. Should she get a flu shot?
Well, no. If she got the flu for 14 days, she's as protected as anybody can be because the best vaccination is to get infected yourself.
And
so if she really has the flu, she definitely doesn't need a flu vaccine.
Now, just so you know, that guy right there in that little looks like a iPad or whatever that is. That guy right there, that is Dr. Anthony Fauci. And so he is telling you that if you get infected, this is one of the best ways to protect yourself. If you're infected, you should be most protected. Just saying. All right, that's what he's saying. And this is, I guess it's from 2004.
If she really has the flu.
She should not get it again.
No, she doesn't need it because it's the most potent vaccination is getting infected yourself.
This is an ongoing question, and we've had ever-evolving opinions from you, Dr. Fauci. Currently, antibody surveys show that 80% of children, approximately 80% of children, have had COVID, and yet there are no guidelines coming from you or anybody in the government to take into account their naturally acquired immunity. You seemed quite certain of yourself in 2004, but in 2022, there's a lot less certainty. One of the things that we also know after looking at this for 2 to 3 years is that the mortality from COVID is very similar, if not less, than influenza. So when we look at this, we wonder, why you seem to really embrace basic immunology back in 2004 and why you seem to reject it now.
Well, I don't reject basic immunology, Senator. And I have never denied that there is importance of the protection following infection. However, as we have said many times, and as has been validated by the authorization by the FDA through their committee and the recommendation by the CDC through their committee, that...
Wait a minute. Wait. If he's saying that the authorization of the vaccines by the committee and the CDC, the research that the companies did themselves, because they don't do research at the FDA and the CDC. They approve research by the companies themselves. I'm not sure if that's where he wanted to go here, but we're going to watch this whole exchange.
That a vaccination following infection gives an added extra boost. And that film that you showed is really taken out of context. I believe that was when someone called in who had a reaction to a vaccine and asked me through a telephone in the interview if they should get vaccinated again. So it was in the context of someone who had a reaction.
Is it?
As a matter of fact, Reuters fact check looked at that and said, Fauci's 2004 comments do not contradict his pandemic stance.
Actually, words don't lie. If you look at the words behind me, we can go over them a little bit at a time. She does.
Okay, so Fauci apparently was prepared for this question, which he had a little Reuters fact check sheet right in front of him. But here is Dr. Paul fact checking the fact checker.
Doesn't need it because the most potent vaccination is getting infected yourself.
It is true. It is
that
true,
out of
Senator.
context?
It is a very potent way to protect.
So when you're trying to tell us that kids need a third or a fourth vaccine, are you including the variability or the variable of previous infection in the studies? No, you're not. Because when you have approved vaccines in recent times, and the committees that have approved it for children don't report anything on hospitalization or death or transmission. They only report that if you give them the jab, they'll make antibodies. And you can give kids hundreds of jabs and they'll make antibodies every time, but that does not prove efficacy. So what you're doing is denying the very fundamental premise of immunology that previous infection does provide some sort of immunity. It's not in any of your studies. Almost none of your studies from the CDC or from the government have the variable of whether or not you've been previously infected. So let's look at adults. I've had 3 infections. Should I get a 4th one? If you're going to measure whether I get a 4th one, you need a category that has a 4th one in it, and you need one that has nothing in it, no vaccine or the 4th vaccine. But you also need to know whether they've been infected. If you ignore whether they've been infected, you're ignoring a vaccine, basically. So you're ignoring a variable. So what you're giving us is this, you decry, and people decry vaccine hesitancy. It's coming from the gobbledygook that you give us. You're not paying attention to the science. The very basic science is that previous infection provides a level of immunity. If you ignore that in your studies, if you don't present that in your committees, you're not being truthful or honest with us.
Senator, if I might respond, I have never, ever denied fundamental immunology. In fact, I wrote the chapter in the textbook of medicine on fundamental immunology.
Any of the guidelines for vaccines, do any of the guidelines for vaccines from the government include previous infection as something to base your decision-making on with vaccines? Do any of the guidelines involve previous infection? That's why you're ignoring previous infection, because it doesn't involve any of the guidelines. And furthermore, we've been asking you, and you refuse to answer, whether anybody on the vaccine committees gets royalties from the pharmaceutical companies.
Here we go.
Time, what was your response?
Here we
don't have to tell you. We've demanded
Here
them
we
through
go.
Freedom of Information
This is the
Act.
best part.
What have you said? We're not going to tell you.
Are you getting any kickbacks?
When we get in charge,
Are you getting any
we're gonna
kickbacks?
change the rules, and you will have to divulge where you get your royalties from what companies, and if anybody in the committee has a conflict of interest, we're going to learn about it. I promise you that.
Mr. Chair, can I respond to that, please?
Well,
okay. There are 2
why is he asking the
aspects to
chair?
what you said.
Why is he asking the chair? That's what he's there for, to respond. You're supposed to respond. Let's see how you respond, though.
Keep saying you approve, you do this, you do that. The committees that give the approval are FDA through their advisory committee. The committees that recommend are CDC through their advisory committee. And you keep saying, I'm the one that's approving a vaccine based on certain data. So I don't really understand, with all due respect, Senator.
You're the one that said you would not reveal what companies gave you royalties, or what company gave the other scientists royalties.
Gotta move
That's
on.
what you told the committee.
Senator Paul,
Sir,
you gotta move on.
Could I please answer that?
Briefly,
You
yes.
keep asking committees. They're not my committees. They're the VRPAC committee for the FDA and the ACIP for the CDC. So I don't have any idea what goes on.
And they won't reveal, as well as you won't reveal.
Okay,
what
we're
companies
gonna move on. We're over time. Senator Paul, you're over. Everyone is over a little bit. I just want to make sure we keep on time here. For the record, I know Chair Murray and previous chairs of this committee of both parties have found videos to be out of order, and I will note for the record the video is out of order. We'll move to Senator Smith.
Okay, so I don't know why Bob Casey decided to call the video out of order. The fact-checking of Fauci's words were video evidence. So anyway, that's why, again, another exchange between Dr. Fauci and Rand Paul. Some of the comments here. In today's hearing, I showed a video of Dr. Fauci claiming natural immunity is the most potent vaccination. Fauci tried to use the corporate media to defend himself, but words don't lie. Greg Price, you refuse to answer whether anybody on the vaccine committee gets royalties from the pharma industry. When we get in charge, we're going to change the rules, and you will have to divulge where you get your royalties from, and we're going to learn about it. He also said there, too, that if anyone on the committee, and I don't know if he meant the committees from the FDA and the CDC, or if he meant the Senate committee getting royalties, which I doubt that would happen, but that's fascinating. It said, we're going to find out. But I gotta wonder, especially the FDA, who's the one who approves things. If there's anyone at the FDA who's getting royalties from the pharmaceutical companies, what incentive? Well, it gives them a lot of incentive to approve a lot of shit from these companies because the companies do their own research and they just approve the research. But what incentive would they have if you're getting royalties? Wouldn't that give you incentive to approve shit? It seems like that's a no-brainer. And why is it that these companies are even allowed to give royalties to the government agencies that are overseeing them? That doesn't make any sense. So anyway, that's why Fauci is trending. Also, I'm way ahead of time. Nick Cannon is trending. And I know that I don't do a lot of celebrity stuff. Wait, what's this here? Oh, okay, we're going to go back to that in a second. Nick Cannon's trending because Nick Cannon welcomes his 9th baby into the world. Now, this dude, I think, is it with 4 or 5 different mamas? Nick Cannon announced on December 15th that he has welcomed his 9th baby, his first with model Lanisha Cole. I vow to protect, provide, guide, and love this child to the best of my abilities. The Wild and Out star announced recently welcomed his 9th child, and whose name's Onyx Ice Cole Cannon. That's an interesting name, Nick. He captioned an Instagram photo of himself, Lanisha, and the new baby girl. Once again, today I'm in awe of divine feminine God has given me. Let's see. Nick went on to say he wishes to mute any low vibrational frequencies and only rejoice during such a happy time. So, let's see. This is, I'm trying to figure out how many baby mamas there are. Okay, so he has, oh no, wait, what? The TV host Baby News comes nearly a month after he and model Brittany Bell, with whom he shares a 19-month-old daughter, powerful queen, and 5-year-old son Golden Sagan, announced they were expecting their 3rd child together, which will be soon as these. Wait a minute, he got 2 of these people pregnant at the same time. He's got a 10th coming too. So 9 and 10 are coming within a few months of each other with 2 different mamas. Damn. Nick Cannon, what are you doing? He shares an 11-year-old twins, Moroccan and Monroe, with ex-wife Mariah Carey. That's 1. 14-month-old twin sons. So he has 2 sets of twins, too. That's wild. Dude, this dude's a fertile motherfucker. Okay, wait a minute. So 14-month-old twins with Zion and Zeldin with Abby De La Rosa. That's 2 baby mamas. And 1-month-old son Legend with Bria Teasy. That's 3 baby mamas. In December 2021, Nick revealed that his son Zen, who he shares with Alyssa Scott, 4, passed away from brain cancer at 5 months old. Let's see. And so then now we got what's her name? Lanisha Cole. That's 5. And then what was this last one? And Brittany Bell, that's 6. He got 10. He's gonna have 10 kids with 6 women. What? What the hell? Oh my goodness. Nick concluded his post by asking all criticism and cynicism be directed solely at him and not at the loving and precious mothers of my children. The precious mothers of my children. That sentence don't even make sense. The precious mothers of my children. Oh, my goodness. Describing Lanisha as one of the most guileless, peaceful, non-confrontational souls, kind souls. Yeah, he must, because you got 2 baby mamas pregnant at the same time. He has known Nick added only deserves to revel in this moment of blissful joy of motherhood. Please give her that. She is so loving and pure-hearted. As for me, if you are truly concerned during this time of spiritual warfare, my inner struggles with self, mental wellness, and physical health concerns, just continue to pray for me and my entire family that God will grant us peace that surpasses all understanding. Well, yeah, you got that many baby mamas. You got some females chirping in the air a lot. Nick Cannon, what is going on, my man? All right, 10 kids with 6 mamas. And they're all happy, it seems like. It's like, I don't get it. All right, let's move on. Y'all remember, okay, before I click this one, I want to get this image in your head. Do you guys remember Hank Johnson? He's a congressman from, I believe, somewhere in Georgia. Is that right? Where is Hank Johnson from? Yeah, Democrat from Georgia, Hank Johnson. Now, Hank Johnson is a congressman from Georgia. He is one of the most, most imaginative and deep thinking minds on the planet. And Hank Johnson is the congressperson that was really concerned about our military bases on the island of Guam, because on the island of Guam, we have a lot of military personnel. And he was in a hearing one time and said that, if we get too many people on that island, there's a problem. He's talking to a general, by the way, asking if perchance, if we got too many people on that island, too many military personnel, too much equipment on that island, is there a possibility that it could tip over? Yes, he said it could possibly tip over. We don't want the island to tip over. And the general, how the general kept a straight face, I don't know. But the general said, well, sir, Congressman, I don't believe that is a concern. So anyway, he was worried if it would capsize. Yes, capsize Guam. So a lot of you already know who he is. I see Guam and island tipping and the dumbest man to serve in Congress. They sang Guam, capsize Guam. So a lot of you already know who Hank Johnson is. Well, Hank Johnson was in a hearing the other day, and apparently Hank Johnson we know that he's not the brightest bulb in the tree. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. He is not give me another a little analogy that we use for someone who's not that bright. He's not the brightest bulb in the tree, sharpest tool in the shed. In fact, he's not the sharpest bulb in the shed either. So anyway, he was talking about some people at school board meetings, right? And this is the listen to this, because this is, how they're trying to milk this January 6th and trying to describe people who are not Democrats as the ones who are ones to foment violence and dangerous people. Well, here he said, I'm pretty sure this is a hearing about parents and school boards and stuff, but listen to what he says and tell me, we're going to count the number of falsehoods, near falsehoods, and just flat out lies that Congressman Johnson puts into this phraseology here. Hello, Cryptic, what's up? Yes, dumb as shit, too. That's a good way to put it. All right. Oh, the dumbest is still Ted Lieu. Tyre, I don't know. I think Hank Johnson may have just slightly beat out Ted Lieu as the dumbest person in Congress. And with Swalwell being a close third. But here we go. Here's Hank Johnson at a hearing. Now listen to this.
January 6, 2021 will never be forgotten, an infamous day in American history. MAGA Republicans.
MAGA Republicans. Now, it's the theme right now among Democrats because they like to say MAGA Republicans or extreme MAGA Republicans or whatever. So MAGA Republicans.
Upon the Capitol, engaged
here it is.
Descended upon the Capitol, engaged in an insurrection. They occupied the Capitol. Five people were killed.
Oh, what? 5? Oh, Mazie Hirono. Yeah, she's a senator, though. I'm just saying the Congress people. 5 people were killed. Again, because I'm going to go back a little bit.
In an insurrection, they occupied the Capitol. 5 people were killed.
Now, 5 people were killed. That is curious because we know that Ashley Babbitt was shot by the officer. We know that there was another woman who they claimed was trampled, but now we're seeing video evidence that she was beaten to death by police. And then one person I believe might have had a heart attack, but that wasn't even during the melee. That's whatever. That just someone had a heart attack in the grounds. But where's the other 5? Because there's like the other day, Joe Biden said that they killed 7 people, and including police officers, which no police officers were killed on January 6th. Now, the one officer, Brian Sicknick, who they kind of hid his cause of death for like a couple months because they needed that narrative, but he actually died of I believe an aneurysm. He had an aneurysm or a blood clot or whatever. He died or had a stroke or something. It had nothing to do with January 6th. And then they had some people later over the next several months. Some officers committed suicide, but he's saying 5 people died that day. 5 people. No, he didn't say they. Notice he didn't say they died. He implied that the people occupying the Capitol for a whole 2.5 hours or 3 hours, whatever they were in there, killed 5 people. Listen to this again. Listen to his words.
Engaged in an insurrection. They occupied the Capitol. 5 people were killed. Hundreds injured, including hundreds of Capitol Hill police officers attacked and bludgeoned. It was a day that we'll never forget.
Now listen.
And people on the local level at affected school board meetings, they won't forget the MAGA Republicans descending on their school board meetings after January 6th. Like January 6th.
Like January 6th? Really? Like violence? Because the only violence I can remember in any of these school board meetings that was televised is they dragged a father whose daughter got raped in a school. They dragged him out of the meeting because they thought he was being too forceful.
Meetings. It was a coordinated attack happening across the country.
A coordinated attack across the country, he said. Oh, my goodness.
Just won't forget about it. School board members, teachers, administrators subjected to violence, threat.
Hold up. Subjected to violence. School board meetings, teachers, students subjected to violence by people coming to school board meetings and making their voices heard?
Coordinated attack across the country. Americans won't forget about it. School board members, teachers, administrators subjected to violence, threats of violence, harassment, intimidation. And in response to that, the National School Boards Association
now he's going to go to the
sent
letter.
A letter to the Biden administration seeking federal help. Things had gotten so far out of hand. And by the way, there's not one scintilla of evidence, either direct or indirect, that there was any coordination between the Biden administration and the National School Boards Association that caused that letter to be sent seeking federal assistance.
Notice how he snuck that by you or tried to sneak that by. There was no coordination between the Biden administration and the National School Board Association. No, only if you don't count the Justice Department. Yes, the letter the Biden administration wrote. The Justice Department helped them draft the letter. What a liar. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And so in response to that request.
So anyway, it's amazing what they're trying to do. Now, this guy's he's dumb as dirt. But notice, you're going to hear this theme all the way up until the midterms. This theme that they're just pushing this theme that these MAGA Republicans are dangerous and violent. And it's kind of like, this is their new theme, because what they're finding out is if they can accuse people of some sort of violence, they get better results. Okay. So you see this when in some of these, like you take the Keffels thing and anything that Taylor Lorenz does. If they can convince you that the people that are saying words are putting people in danger, right? They're doing this with the election, saying anyone who questions the election, you are fomenting violence by questioning this thing at all. And, Carrie Lake, the person who's running for governor of Arizona, I wish I had the clip handy, but she was being asked at a press conference, about, do you think it's something that you're running a danger of creating havoc by, questioning election? She's like, wait a minute, what? Are you saying, and I'm not questioning election, but I'm just saying, are you saying that if you say something that if you're not allowed to question something in this country, regardless of what it's about, that should be something that should be discouraged because, you might foment violence. You can't question things anymore. Is that what's the First Amendment doing? And it was a reporter who actually did. Let me see if I can find that clip, because I like that clip. Let me see. Carrie Lake. Let's see. Carrie Lake, a reporter. Let me see if we can we might find the clip here. Give me a second. Yeah, here we go. Here it is. Here's from, it's in Real Clear Politics. Let me see. Watch. Oh, no. That's the wrong one. That's not the one I want. Hang on. This is if you want to be a Trump VP. Oh, here we go. This is the one right here. Let me get this on the screen for a second. Oh, don't they have the clip? Oh, here we go. Give me 1 second. Good Lord, why is this taking so long? Let's see if this is the right one, and I will put it on the screen. And then we're going to finish with one thread from Grampi Hotep, a.k.a. Reaccion Puerto Rico, and then we'll finish up. But okay, here it comes. My computer's not refreshing very well. All right, here's the clip. I think this is probably a very good answer to the question that this reporter is telling us.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Sorry, you said you feel like Joe Biden is...
Hang on a second.
As a journalist for many years, I was a journalist after 2016, and I distinctly remember many people just like you asking a lot of questions about the 2016 election results. And nobody tried to shut you up. Nobody tried to tell Hillary Clinton to shut up. Nobody tried to tell Kamala Harris when she was questioning the legitimacy of these electronic voting machines to stop. We have freedom of speech in this country, and you of all people should appreciate that. You're supposedly a journalist. You should appreciate that. So I don't see how asking questions about an election where there are many problems is dividing a country. What I do see dividing a country is shutting people down, censoring people, canceling people, trying to destroy people's lives when they do ask questions. Last I heard, we still have the Constitution. It's hanging by a thread, thanks to some of the work some people in this area have done. But we're going to save that Constitution, and we're going to bring back freedom of speech. And maybe someday you'll thank us for that.
All right. Well done, Carrie Lake. And, you know, I don't know if she's going to win in Arizona. I'd love to see her win, but damn, that was a pretty damn good answer, I would say. All right, let's finish up. I'm going to finish up with this thread regarding the situation in Martha's Vineyard, because I think it's funny. And Grampy said this to me. But first of all, a couple more thank yous. Thank you, Horses Love Sank and Man Squatch for tweeting out or retweeting the show. I appreciate that. So let's finish up with this thread. It's a short one from Grampy Hotep that he sent me earlier. And if you happen, I'll have this one in the links if you'd be so kind to share it. Let's see here. There we go. I'll put... all right, because it's related to what we already talked about earlier today. He says, hey, good morning, especially to the people of Martha's Vineyard who have extended a helping hand to their similarly sized yet affluent border towns during this time of crisis. Let the people who possess the vision of the anointed show us the way to diversity, inclusion, and equality. The residents of Martha Vineyard recognized that their town lacked diversity, so in a bold move towards diversity, inclusion, and equality, I think they usually would say equity. Hello, Selector Boy. Contacted Ron DeSantis in order to correct decades of what would appear to be the lesser educated discrimination. Rather than be defending themselves against these accusations, they went on the offensive against racism, voter suppression, bigotry, and anti-LGBTQTTIAQ+ rhetoric. My sombrero is off to you. So, in fact, not only I like that so much. If y'all are on Twitter, those of you who are on Twitter, I should say, I would highly suggest that you retweet that tweet of Grampy Hoteps. I just put it in the chat, and it'll be in the description down below. Ladies and gentlemen, I know. Well, let me see. Hang on. Before I quit, I'm not going to quit yet. Let me see what's going on in the chat here. I wish she would lose the Karen haircut, though. That's for Carrie Lake. Yeah, you know, that's a veteran news reporter haircut, not a Karen haircut. All them islands are in danger from global climate change. Yes, they're already, some of them are already gone and underwater. Let's see. I feel like that, and that is what my power does now. Why? Because I've embraced the dark MAGA. That is why. Oh, I see what you're saying there. Let's see. Oh, Anna Lynn, by the way, hi there. You have no right, and you will do as you're told. Brett Hayes, good morning, by the way. A lot of people popped in that I haven't said hi to. The Science is here. FX is here. Welcome, and thank you for joining me late in the show. So anyway, before you do anything, I'm going to see if I can finish up with one more thing. I was going to pull this article from Ace. Give me a second here. What? Oh, by the way, speaking of, well, violent rhetoric, right? Because the seems like the powers that be in the Democratic Party and the establishment media and all these other people are really, really just concerned about, you know, violent imagery, violent rhetoric, right? But sometimes it's rules for thee and not for me. So Democrat Tim Ryan, who is a congressman from Ohio, he's a representative. Well, and he's running against J.D. Vance in Ohio for the Ohio's open United States Senate seat. But he seems to have gone silent after saying that Democrats, Republicans, and independents must, quote, kill and confront, end quote, former President Trump's Make America Great Again, MAGA, populist national movement. On Tuesday, Ryan called for voters to kill and confront the MAGA movement, even as more than 3.1 million Ohioans voted for Trump in the 2020 election and more than 2.8 million voted for him in the 2016 election. How do we fix all these broken systems? Some of those answers will come from Republicans, not the extremists, but that we are dealing with every single day. We've got to kill and confront that movement. But working with normal mainstream Republicans, that's going to be really, really important, Ryan said on MSNBC. Oh, it wasn't even a tweet. He said that live. I'm saying exhaust a majority, Democrats, Republicans, and independents against the extremists, calling them extremists again, leading an era of reform around reconciliation so we can heal this country and move into the future. So you must kill and confront the movement. Interesting. Now, since that remark, Ryan has been silent, refusing to answer questions from Breitbart News. He also has not posted a statement retracting the, quote, kill and confront comment. Elected Democrats alike have not called on Ryan to apologize for the remark. Now, J.D. Vance, in an interview with Sean Hannity, said that when Ryan is unscripted, he is saying that we need to confront and kill the entire movement. The majority of people in Ohio, of course, voted for the movement in 2016 and 2020, Vance said, and he's just a complete fraud on every single issue. He's voted with Joe Biden, yet he pretends in his TV commercials that he actually thinks exactly the opposite. He's supported by George Soros. He's got millions of dollars to swamp the airwaves of Ohio and lie to the people of Ohio. Now he said that guy. He said the guy that shall not be named, the Voldemort of the Republican Party, or the Democratic movement, I should say. So they're gonna, what they're gonna accuse him of. You know what they're going to accuse him of for mentioning the he who shall not be named. Anyway, I just thought it's fascinating that he's using violent rhetoric. What is going on? Using violent rhetoric. So, anyway, whoa, Thomas Cleveland. Well, thank you for again with no message on this one, but you're still going to get a kapow, dropping a 5 spot in the tip jar, and you still are the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. So thank you. Oh, did that change? Well, now, you are. I give you this. You are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Thank you again, Thomas Cleaver. And you know what? Here's what we're going to finish out with. Since you reminded me, at the top, pinned to the top of the chat today, is Thomas Cleaver's hit single. We're gonna finish with that. It has nothing to do with him dropping a 5 spot in the tip jar, but thank you for reminding me. Let me clip this link, and we're gonna just listen to Thomas Cleaver's flow here. You have to sign up? Wait, no. Oh, wait, here it goes. Let's play it. Wait a minute. Do you have to, what? I have the app. What are we doing here? Hang on. Let me see if I can, let me open Spotify here. This drives me nuts. I'm down. I have the app. I already have an account. Hang on. Maybe it's, let's try it over here. Spotify is down here. There we go. Will it open? And let's see. Let's go. Oh, log in. Whatever. There we go. Is that doing it? Okay. Oh, good God. You do not have a Spotify account connected to your Google account. Okay. We will take care of that another time. I guess I'm not going to be able to listen to it because Spotify is being a bitch, and I don't want to set up an account at this very moment. I can't believe you can't listen to this without putting that in there. So anyway, check out Thomas Cleaver's single, Road to Nowhere, on Spotify. The link's at the top of the chat. I'll also have this linked in the description and the link to the links down below. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to call it quits because I'm leaving on a jet plane. What? Your YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What are you talking about? Anyway, Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. I am here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. However, there will be no show until the 26th of September. But I will be posting on YouTube various short videos and maybe an occasional live stream from wherever we are in either Hungary, Germany, Austria, or Czech Republic, which is where I will be for the next 8 days. I'm looking forward to it, and watch if you're on Twitter, check Twitter because I will be tweeting. And also on my Instagram, which is Yes That Marty. I'll be posting stuff on those places. So you all have a great couple weeks. I'm going to enjoy my vacation. If I do stream, pop in and say hi, or just throw something in the comments section. Now, before you go, hit the like button, share the stream, put a comment in the comments section of this stream if you're watching a replay, and you can sponsor the show and the P-Dog Night channel at pdognight.live 24 hours a day. I will read notifications, read your comments on the show, or you can do YouTube Super Chats or Venmo Cash App, which are in the description down below. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I appreciate you more than you know. My name is P-Dog Night, and I am out of here. Have a fantastic week. Bye-bye. Hey, this is P-Dog Night, and thank you for watching today on the P-Dog Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P-Dog Night, and I'm out of here.